What's up, YouTube family? Welcome to this channel that is now about being the best place for students to find faith-based personal development content. In today's video, I will be telling you how I came to this niche and just how it's been a journey to get here. So to everyone who is new to the channel, you are so welcome. Thank you for dropping by. If you're interested in faith-based personal development content, you're in the right place. Even if you're not a student, I believe what I have to share on this channel will be applicable to everyone. Without wasting any of your time, let's get right into the video. So if you've been on this channel since it's begun, you know that it has transitioned so many times. First it was, I think, my name first, and then it became Rich Auntie, then it became Wisdom and the Word, and then it became the Mindpreneur. We're not changing the name again. It's safe. We're sticking with this one. But because it's personal development, I just feel like it's very important for me to bring you along this journey in which I am evolving. Okay, it's very important that we grow together. For me, this last week I had attended the free conference by Dean Aziosi and Tony Robbins. I think two of some of the best personal development coaches of our time, and they had this Time to Thrive challenge, which I attended for free, and then they had a project next which they sold to us during that challenge. It has been the difference for me in clarifying even what I am doing on this channel. Well, I'd like to say that this is it and I have arrived. This is what I'm going to do, focus on students forever and ever. I don't know, but I'm in the process of learning and refining and defining where I want to go. So during the challenge, there's something that Dean taught about finding your dot, right? All of us possess, which is what the whole Time to Thrive challenge was about, that each of us possesses a wealth of knowledge that we can share with the world. But the challenge that we have is we do not package it right, and we haven't targeted it. So it was just in the power of clarity that he was teaching this dot, niching down to describing the very person your help is for. And one of the things that he said during the challenge was how the person sometimes you're creating content for is the person you were 3, 5, 10 years ago, right? Because you know who they are, you know what keeps them up at night, you know what they want to achieve. Why not help them get there? And I had like a light bulb moment, and I thought that makes sense. That a lot of how to niche down videos I have checked out on YouTube always tell you to pay attention to your audience and what they want, and then giving them what they want. And I think that's great. I think that's good advice, especially if the goal of the content creator is to gain more numbers. I think that is solid rock advice. And if you're trying to grow as a content creator, yeah, check out your analytics, see what kind of content is doing well, and give more of that. But I needed to caveat that with, when your goal is to make a difference in people's lives, it's not just about satisfying the number of likes you get on a post or the number of subscribers you get, but it is reaching to that specific person who really needs you, right? It is touching that life. It's about impact. So yeah, I mean, there's so many strategies we could do. I mean, people are hungry to learn about the law, but law is not my passion. And I don't know if I've told this story here before, I've blogged about it on my Facebook before, but law is not my passion, and I would soon burn out and I would soon tire from doing it. When I began the year, this was actually supposed to be a filter for my clients and my side hustles, like telling you about how to do stuff, understanding how laws are created, the most common cases, then telling you maybe some bizarre stories from the criminal cases as a defense lawyer, but also as prosecutor, as I have worked in both. But I realized, yeah, I could tell you that and it could help you solve problems. But each of us has been given a gut. And for me, that didn't sit quite well with my gut. And I chose to take the path less taken, the path less trodden, to instead of entertaining, I feel like my tribe and I should meet, because I don't only believe I'll be giving, but if someone has been through what I had been through, I have something to learn from them. So I don't want to be a social media celebrity. That's not my goal. My goal is to create community with people who are like me, who have overcome, but also to bring people along the journey with me, who I have gone a little ahead of, who I could probably offer some help. So that's how I have ended up niching down, contrary to advice. But also, when you receive advice, it's important to go and introspect and see if it aligns with your purpose and your mission. And I'm not saying I will never do content that is law related. I'm not canceling that. Law is my work. I appreciate it. I have discovered that I could make a difference using the law. It's just that it's not my mission. It's not something I'll spend the rest of my life doing. It's work. Law is the job for me, and I don't want to fill this space with that. If it comes down to it and I need to, I probably will, but that's not today. I don't know if it will be any time in the rest of the year, but I will still do law content, maybe on a weekly basis, maybe on a bi-weekly basis. We'll see. But mostly I'm interested in supporting students navigate their university life while keeping their confidence and their faith, because university life can be the most challenging period of anyone's life. I know that. I have been there. And especially for law students, because you don't only leave university, which is crazy, then you go into Ziale, which gets a little crazier. It takes it a notch higher. So I just want to be a student's companion to ensure that by the time we're coming out on the other side of university, and specifically young Christian university students, to equip them with tools that help them navigate university life well. So that's what I want to do. And this is me trying to stay true to myself, at the same time helping another person. And you know what, if this doesn't work, I'll try something else, because that's who I am. Tony Robbins says, stick with the goal, but be flexible with how you achieve it. So for me, I want to impact the world in a meaningful way. I'm not here for 1 million subscribers. If I only have 5 or 2 or 1 person who needs me to make these videos, or if I discover that person doesn't need me to make these videos, and all we need to do is sit down and have one-on-one discussions as we go through their university life, all I want to see is a student who comes out on the other side as a graduate, still full of faith as a believer, and confident that they can achieve, and that they are not beat down by what life has done to them, and especially law students. So yes, please, if your goal is to grow strictly a YouTube channel, there's such great content on this platform that will help you niche down to find your audience. And if you're a person who doesn't mind creating content the way people direct you, I think you need to watch those videos. But for me, I feel like I'm not for everyone. I am for a specific group of people, university students who are Christians, who need a companion, because this is a new environment. How do I navigate? I have just found this new freedom. Do I go to the club or do I not? Do I drink or do I not? How often do I study? I am struggling with anxiety. How do I navigate? How do I manage my time? Relationships, should I date? Should I not? Or of course I'm going to date, but what are the boundaries? Mentorship, is that even important? Is that even cool? I don't want that, and I'm over here to say, yeah, you might need that. So I just want to be a companion to students, and I guarantee you there's 1 or 2 people who need me, and I'm here for those. I'm not here for the millions, and and I'm just grateful that YouTube won't shut you down if you don't have your 1,000 subscribers. That's okay. I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the impact. And so I'm very excited about this journey that I am taking on. And that's about me and my personal branding, right? If at the end of 5 years I had walked with someone and they say, you know what, Bupe, I'm confident and I'm glad you walked this journey with me, just that one person, then I would have done my part. And that's why I'm here. So if you are a student, a university student, a law student, tell your friend about this channel. Let's hang out here. Let's ask questions. And yeah, let's have a great time together. Let's cry together. Let's study together. Let's find mentors together. Let's date together, you know, and let's just go through life managing our freedom wisely in accordance with the Word of God, because even as a student, we're called to honor God. And because university is such a transitioning stage, we tend to make a lot of mistakes there. But I'm here and we'll walk together. So anyway, regarding what I will be doing on my Instagram, I will insert those videos right after this. And if you would like more consistent conversation with me, head over to my Instagram account where I'm still the mindpreneur there. I post more consistently and I share a lot more there because it's short form content and it's easier. But as much as possible, I will try to be here weekly as I have promised, and maybe more. Who knows? So here are the videos. Welcome to Mindful Monday with me, Bupe, the mindpreneur. So every Monday you can expect content around the mind and mindfulness, because the mind is the engine that determines where we take our lives, right? This is how I came to this conclusion. The period of my university education and soon after were the most difficult phases of my life. Getting into it was pretty exciting because now I had found freedom, right? At least that's what I thought. As a young Christian, the new world threw different challenges at me, like what really is friendship? What is love? What are relationships? Money, entertainment, grades, even questioning my identity. Just to mention a few. I messed up a few times, and honestly, I wish I had someone to help me navigate those seasons. So I became deliberate about mentorship, asking when I was in doubt and honest when I screwed up. A lot of conversations came down to questions about how I perceived the situation, why I thought the way I did, why I decided any course of action, the fears I had, the lack of peace, etc. It came down to the quality of my thoughts. So Mondays, I aim to share what I learned and continue to learn and practice for growth. I hope we can grow together. See you Mondays. Welcome to Body Wednesday with me, Bupe the mindpreneur. Jim Rohn said, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Profound, right? By the time I was getting done with my degrees, like masters, my blood pressure was at a constant low. I was diagnosed with gastritis. Now, both are best managed with a healthy lifestyle, and both are triggered by poor orientation towards your healthy lifestyle. In university, I rarely, if ever, exercised or even cared how nutritious the food I was eating was because I was so busy. But what good is success if you can't enjoy it, right? So on Wednesdays, we dedicate our time to looking at health and nutrition so that we can have a wholesome, purposeful life. See you Wednesdays. Welcome to Money Friday with me, Bupe the mindpreneur. Here are some interesting quotes about money. They say money can't buy happiness, but does poverty? MJ DeMarco. Money isn't the most important thing in life, but it's reasonably close to oxygen on that gotta have it list. Zig Ziglar. The challenge with money mindset in our culture is that it tends to fall in extremes. We have those who perceive it as evil. Some churches are robbing people in broad daylight. So Fridays, we talk money mindsets, practices, and you know what? If money didn't involve numbers, I'd have probably been an investment expert. I love money management based off of the knowledge I've acquired from the Bible and just general knowledge. So Friday, we dedicate this day to everything related to money and finances, and I promise you this will be one of my favorite days to do, so don't miss a thing. Happy Money Fridays. welcome to Love Saturday with me, Wupe the Mindpreneur. Yes, it will be also about love relationships, but most importantly, it will be about a holistic perspective towards relationships, how close relationships, distant relationships, familiar relationships impact our lives. And one of the relationships that impacted me in a great way, and I feel like I could teach sermons and seminars and write books on relationships, because I have been privileged to have people I have known over the period of my entire life, friends that I have had since university. Some are still close, some are distant, but I've had such rich friendships over the course of my life, and I could write a book. But today I just want to share with you a relationship that had great impact on my life. Like I have told you, right? I have great relationships in my life, family bonds with my friends and family, and sometimes when you're going through a difficult situation like I did in university, you feel like the people who are close to you and people who know you will say what they need to help you get out of a slump. So when you have a stranger, quote unquote, who believes in you and who has faith in you, sometimes that can make all the difference. And that's why networking is so powerful. And my example of someone who was a stranger at the time was Lulu Wood, who really, without realizing, carried me through a very dark season of my life. I met Lulu Wood when I had failed, I think the third time at Ziale, and she took me on as her personal assistant at the time. She didn't have to. That woman has such a big heart, and I am indebted to her for life. So I failed, I think, the fourth time. And now you don't only have your parents and your family to impress, you have a celebrity in your life who has taken you under her wing. She believes in you. You should go and fail. So anyway, when I gathered the confidence to then go to her and explain to her that I failed again, she looked me dead in the eye and she said, "We'll try again." And you know what? That became the foundation upon which I built to my success at Ziale and eventually passed. Because she was someone who didn't know me personally, where I was coming from, but she had such faith in me and she had such belief in me. And that became the seed I needed that I had been lacking for some time. And that's the power of relationship. To Campus Sunday with me, Wupe the Mindpreneur. Did you know that whales are mammals and that they do not have gills? They were born with lungs instead. That is why they come up to breathe. So what we see when they come up from the ocean and blow water through the blowhole is not a show-off, but literally to survive. Whales are popularly known as conscious breathers. This is because they are always surrounded by water. Even during times of rest, they are conscious of their need for oxygen. Otherwise, they would drown and die in the water. The large body of water around the whale is necessary to uphold its weight. Left on shore, the weight of the whale can kill it in time. Similarly, as Christians, in our pursuit for success, we must always remember that like the whale, we may look like everyone in the world, but we're not of the world. When you pray, worship, and gather, it may seem like you're just showing off, but you know that this is your lifeline. You must be a conscious breather and liver of the word. What you believe influences how you live, and that is why the compass, which is your spiritual life, is so important. And the Bible is your guiding map, and these two together serve as a compass for how you navigate the world. Our bodies, like the whale, are just required for our existence in the world, and if we separate from our body, naturally it is death. But as a believer, we must always be conscious that spiritual death is even worse than physical death. And that is why in our thoughts, in our pursuit, no matter what our definition of success is or where we are in life, our spiritual walk is the compass of our life, which is supported by the map, which is the Word of God. That is why Campus Sunday is so important. Yeah, so that's what we will be doing. Thank you for joining me. I have to love and leave you. This has been Wupe the Mindpreneur. Until the next one, bye.